Hello again. Steve here. So I heard it was Nietzsche, the philosopher Nietzsche, who once said that reason equals virtue equals happiness. And I would say that makes a lot of sense to me. Hope to be able to explain a little bit why it makes a bit of sense to me. But I would actually want to expand on that a little bit to give greater emphasis to the first part, that reason part. I'd be inclined to say that empirical evidence plus reason equals virtue. Because I don't know if you have to have, in every instance, completely reason if you have very strong empirical evidence. Because if we look at the word reason, maybe empiricism is included in reason, but we look at it, number 2 meaning on dictionary.com, reason, a statement presented in justification or explanation of a belief or action. So we're justifying a belief or action. Well, in some cases there is no real belief or action. There's just the table in front of me, right? That's neither a belief nor really an action. It's just what is, right? So I would say that in some cases that, empiricism is all we really need. Sense data. Boom. That's clear to us. But the reasoning is justification, right? Justification for the belief. If I just say, I believe this, that's not reasoning. It's I believe this because I've seen this, I've experienced this, here's the book that I found it in, here is the machine that I built to prove it, and so on. This is something that's backing up just the statement, right? Which equals virtue. Now, virtue, we know, is related to goodness. If we look at the word, at the part vir, like verifiable, it's truthful, right? It's like goodness and truth within. Somebody who's virtuous is good person, is a truthful person. And of course, pure empiricism and clear reason is honesty. It's not bullshit. It's only goodness. As far as that is concerned, it's being good to something is being honest. Honest as we can. And with empiricism and reason, we can be honest with whatever it is that we're talking about or referencing to, right? Which means as far as we can get, as close as we can get, it's truthful. So that's why I would say that empiricism and reason equals goodness and truth, which is virtue. In this case, I'm going to say that's virtue. Which leads to happiness. Happiness, of course, is kind of like the pinnacle of quality of life, right? Quality of life is, what is our experience in it? If we go around cheating people, stealing, and we're working against our inner sense of virtue and goodness, so we're using like false reasoning. We're not justifying our actions with anything that makes sense within, that feels good for us. Or we're lying to somebody, right? We're not being truthful. We're not justifying in any truthful way what it is that we're doing. We're not being empirical. We're saying we're doing this, but we're doing this. It's the opposite of what we said. There's not a match of our words and our actions, right? That does not lead to virtue, and it does not lead to happiness, because we have this emotional feeling within. We're either apathetic, in other words, we do not have pathos, we do not have feeling, so we're just kind of neutral, like a robot. We shut ourselves off because we don't want to feel the negative effects, but at the same time we can't be happy. To be truly emotional means the ability to be happy and the ability to feel pain, emotional pain, which is like a barometer. It says, you're going the wrong way. You're not using your reason, your empiricism to equal out to virtue to lead to happiness. So when we are healthy in our words and our actions and our deeds, we're healthy. That means we're whole, right? We're complete. We're keeping all the pieces as best we can together, the empiricism, the reasoning, the right critical thinking, all of that, it leads us to the truth as best we see it. And when we're as honest as we can with that, in our health of our mental actions and our physical actions and our whole actions, then we lead to goodness, virtue, truth, and then the quality of life is up there, right? Because we get to say, yeah, it just feels good. It's not about laughing and having another beer and getting drunk over it. It's like an inner peace, man. It's an inner peace. And that's what I think happiness feels like when I experience the true stuff. The true stuff. It's like contentedness. It's like, hey, buddy, great. Awesome. Hope this is helpful. Steve here again. Great chatting. Chat again soon. Bye-bye for now.